and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, February the 1st. I want to introduce you to Peggy Placier. Good to have you here, Peggy. Actually, it's the first time you've been with us from the League of Women Voters.
One other time I substituted for Liz Schmidt, but she didn't miss very much.
Yeah, no, but it's good to have you here with us. Now, you're representing the League, and you have two separate events that you want to talk about today.
Yes.
They are?
The first event is February 2nd, and we've been doing this for over 20 years. We have a legislative forum, or town hall, we call it.
Yeah.
All the Boone County State Legislators will be there.
Are they all going to show up? Because sometimes they will all show up.
We have confirmations from Chuck Basie, Martha Stevens, Kip Kendrick, Sherry Reich, and Caleb Rowden, the senator. Mm-hmm. So it's an opportunity for the public to meet them, ask them questions. We'll have a setting where they can even talk one-on-one with them. So that's one of our big traditions.
So this will be the Legislative Forum on
February 2nd.
February 2nd, that's a Thursday.
At the library.
Okay.
At 7 p.m. and 6:30 for refreshments, for cookies.
For the famous League of Women Voters cookies. I remember with Liz Schmidt, we used to go on about that all the time. You have cookies at 6:30 and then the Legislative Forum at 7. So how long will the Legislative Forum last?
Well, the library likes us to be out by 8:30. So it'll go from 7 to 8:30 unless we go over a little bit.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll all show up.
Yes, we hope so. Okay. They've all committed.
So mark it on your calendar and go equipped with questions for your legislators. Remember, we are paying their salaries.
Yes.
All right. Then the next event
The next one will be Monday, February 13th, again at the library, again at 7 o'clock with the cookies at 6:30. This one is on a serious topic. What's the relevance of free speech and freedom of the press in the digital era?
Oh, my.
So we'll have two academics from the Kinder Institute here on campus. We'll have Dr. Adam Seagrave and Dr. Nicholas Drummond, and they'll talk about the sort of what do we know theoretically about the Constitution and what's happening. And then we'll have a newspaper journalist, Jim Robertson from the Tribune, the managing editor.
He's been around for a long time.
And he's going to talk about just the nuts and bolts of how this all works from his point of view. So what's going to happen? It should be thought-provoking.
Oh, I think so. Especially in light of news that we've had over the past couple of weeks. Freedom of speech and freedom of journalists is very, very important, and it's a topic that is being highlighted right now.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they bring up the issue of fake news, for instance, and or the tendency to share things, retweet things without actually checking them out first. So we'll see.
Well, that happens on Facebook.
It happens all the time.
Right.
And so we can get taken in by something that sounds provocative, and then it turns out,
it's not necessarily
that wasn't true.
Right.
So,
all right, so that will be on Monday, February
13th,
the day before Valentine's Day.
That's right.
So you can get yourself all in an uproar on that and then come down on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So that'll be the February 13th at 6:30 at the library.
At the library.
Everybody is invited.
We hope everybody comes for good conversations both evenings, February 2nd and February 13th.
Okay, and Jim Robertson will be there.
Once again, we thank our library. We could not do this without them.
Aren't they wonderful?
They've been hosting this for a long time, and I have to give them kudos for that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Peggy, from the League of Women Voters. Pleasure having you here today. Now, we're going to turn to Dr. Tara Flynn with Mizzou Urgent Care, MU Healthcare. It's good to have you here, Doctor. And
pleased to be here.
We're going to talk about quick care, urgent care, and ER. Now, a lot of times people are not quite sure where they should go. They're not feeling well, and they end up going to the emergency room, and that's not really necessary, where perhaps just a visit to quick care could take care of it. How does one decide where you need to go?
Well, I think a lot of it is on the severity of symptoms. So, looking at quick care being more like a retail clinic, they can see you for pretty simple things, such as they can do a urinalysis or a strep test
At quick care, you can do a urinalysis?
You can do some simple testing there and some simple things like simple rashes. Now, if you needed something more than that, you needed an x-ray or a procedure performed or a medication given, then urgent care would be a facility where those things can be done.
Okay, let's back up just a minute. So if you go to quick care, you're saying that no medicine can be dispersed at quick care?
Usually it's not something that you would get a medicine there. It would be more you would be evaluated and get a diagnosis, and then you get a prescription, and the prescription would be brought to a pharmacy. So you
Okay,
would be,
so you can get a prescription.
Absolutely.
So if it's determined that you have strep throat, you can get a prescription for that
Yes.
at quick care. It would be better to go to quick care for that instead of going to urgent care or ER.
Right, because then you would contain your cost, and it's a relatively straightforward evaluation. It doesn't need, lab testing
Right.
or x-rays.
So when do you go to the emergency room?
Well, absolutely. If you have chest pain, any signs of a stroke, shortness of breath, something that you would need somebody to see you and evaluate you and
If
need
you feel it's
something
life-threatening.
very serious. Yes, excessive bleeding, something that they have all the team that can act quickly and emergently to help that.
That would be the emergency room. What if you got a broken bone and you know you have a broken bone? Is that urgent care or is that emergency room?
Well, I think it really, most of the time it can be urgent care, but if it looks like there's a deformity or the pain is severe, that would be an indication that maybe you may need a specialist.
So if you feel that you have a broken bone, you can go to urgent care and they can set that bone.
That in urgent care we can diagnose, by doing an x-ray, and we can talk to the specialist and see if that's something that maybe needs to be followed up next week, or sometimes,
You would follow up next week with a broken bone?
well, you would put them in a splint
Oh,
and you would
okay.
take care of them right there, but if they need to go ahead, we usually like broken bones to be followed up with like orthopedist.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you've kind of cleared it up. If people want more information, is there a phone number they can call?
Yes, 573-882-1662.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Tara Flynn, Mizzou Urgent Care. So you're right there in the middle, urgent care.
Yes.
Pleasure having you here
Thank
today.
you.
Good, and good meeting you too.
Same here.
You went to school here, you're from New York, and then you're back here in Columbia.
Exactly.
All right. We're out of time for today. I want to remind you our program directed by Travis McMillen, Reynolds Journalism Institute, Audio Pat Akers, KBIA. Lowell Thomas is our floor director, assistant producer, and guest coordinator. Uncle James Mouser. Bye-bye.